I'm back. The point of today's video, which is part dos to... Sorry, I thought I could hear people. It is part 2 to wardrobe rebuild. I actually don't remember if that's what I called it or not, but whatever the title of the video is, that's what we're doing today. Hello and welcome back. Or welcome if you're new. We love to have new people around these parts. My name is Leandra. All of my socials will be Line of Stone. Are Line of Stone. And today, like I said, we're jumping straight back in to an update on where I'm at with rebuilding my wardrobe. If you haven't seen the first video, it will be linked somewhere. I actually don't know which corner it goes in, and it is where I try on and declutter all of my clothes. I didn't try on shoes or jackets, which are honestly the ones that I collect the most of, so I probably should have tried those ones on, but I didn't. And here we are for part 2. And before we get into part 2 of this series, I want to acknowledge this book. It is a book called The Curated Closet, because I recognize you're not going to be able to read that because the light is reflecting off of it. It is a very good book, a very helpful book, which I have mentioned before on this channel, I think, but I didn't actually follow the steps properly last time. So this time I'm trying to go through it a bit more thoroughly and acknowledge that it is helpful. So I've done step 1, which is to initially go through my closet and declutter a little bit. That's what I call the Marie Kondo step, because that wasn't actually a step in this book, but it was a step that I felt was vitally important. I'm going to stop saying the word step because it stopped sounding like a word a couple of sentences ago. I'm going to be honest, this is like the 3rd time I've tried to record this video today. It's been an adventure, so if I sound a bit rehearsed, it's not because I have rehearsed, it's just because I've said these same sentences or the same idea that these sentences are getting across multiple times already. Moving on. So the second step, or really the first step in the book, but the second step for me was to monitor what I was wearing throughout, a set period of time. So for me, it was about a month. So from the time I finished my last video until now, I have not bought anything, and I've just been trying to keep stock of what clothing I have been wearing. Today's a bad example. I went to help paint. More accurately, I thought I was going to help paint, and then I just dropped off some plastic and then went to Tesco. But that's why I'm wearing this. I'm just too lazy to change. That's the vibe today. Anyway, I've been trying to keep stock of what I have been wearing over the past month without adding anything to my wardrobe, because I felt like I would just buy new things, wear the new things, and then not actually have them suit my wardrobe. It was a cycle. It was a bad cycle. I'm trying to break the cycle. So, document your outfits. What have I learned in my month of not shopping and just wearing outfits? I have learned a couple of things. I really like the color green, and I really like sweatshirts. I learned those things from the same article of clothing, which is a green sweatshirt. I have worn it several times in my time of not shopping and of monitoring my outfits. It is this green sweatshirt. I've had it for years. I got it at H&M. It's nothing exciting, but I love it. And I love it with jeans, and I love it with leggings, and I love it with some nicer trousers, and I like it with sneakers, and I like it with heels. Not like heels, but like heeled boots. You know what I mean? It's a very solid, dependable piece, and I like it a lot. And it led me to the conclusion that I like green, and I like jumpers. Not just this one. I own several different green jumpers. I own this one, I own this one, I have a mock neck one. Those are all my green jumpers. That made it sound like I was going to list way more. Point being, I've learned that I like green and I like sweatshirts, so those are definitely going on my list of things. I'm gesturing here because I want to tell my future self to edit in a list here so that you can all follow along with me. So that was something that I wore a lot of, and it told me that green and jumpers are things that I should probably get more of. Another thing that I've been wearing a lot of, sometimes in conjunction with the green sweatshirt, I swear I know words, is this pair of plaid trousers. These are a very good example, actually, of what this book tries to teach you. One of the things the book tries to teach you is about shopping effectively, which I think is a skill that is very underrated, because it's so easy, especially in like the digital age and the age of online shopping, to just be like, oh, I like that, oh, I like that, oh, I'll get that, oh, I'll get that, without really taking time to consider the details of the piece. So for me, I was looking, just before I filmed my last video, my decluttering video, I got it in my head that I wanted a pair of plaid trousers, and I had a list of things that I wanted them to be. And I wanted them to have pockets, because who has trousers without pockets? And I wanted them to have belt loops, because I wanted the option of wearing them with or without a belt, or potentially adding some like chains if I want to be a little bit edgier, because sometimes I'm in a mood for that. And I wanted them to be black and white, because I knew that that was something that I could then wear in more professional settings, but also in, you know, sort of day-to-day life, a bit more casual or a bit edgier, or a bit, you know, I ran out of adjectives. And I wanted them to be a slimmer fit, because I didn't really like the look of the sort of flared ones, which is what I was seeing a lot of. So I had my list of 4 things. 4 things that I wanted, you know, these plaid trousers to have. And I was looking online and I couldn't find any like that. And I found some that were like close, and I was like, oh, do I maybe just go for it? Do I maybe just go for it? But I didn't. I held off and I waited. And I found this pair in Hollister, and I bought them because I liked them, and then I wore them because I liked them. And they were exactly what I wanted these plaid trousers to be. And although that has skipped some steps in the book, it is definitely something that I learned through the course of reading the book. I'm a bit of a mess today, guys. Like I said, 3rd time trying to film this video. We're gonna just power through. Anyway, this is another thing that I've really been loving wearing. But more importantly, at least in my opinion, than what I have been wearing, is also what I haven't been wearing. So, I had gone through a phase where I was like, I have so many t-shirts and nothing else. So I bought myself some shirts that were not t-shirts. But what I have learned, especially since decluttering, is that I don't really wear not t-shirts. If it's not a t-shirt, it's a jumper. And sometimes it's a t-shirt and a jumper. I just mush them together and see what happens. I don't really wear shirts that aren't t-shirts. I've only got 4. A couple of them I'm going to hold on to because I think that they'll be good for professional settings if and when I end up in a job that doesn't have a uniform. But some of them I'm keeping because I think that they work well in conjunction with t-shirts. So I'm keeping all 4 of them still, but they aren't really ones that I gravitate towards, so I won't be buying any more. Then that brings us to, what is the next step? I've been monitoring my outfits. I kind of know what things I'm gravitating towards. The next step, step 3, according to this book, is to do a questionnaire. I didn't do that because I didn't. So the actual next step for me is to write down your style goals. So what are my style goals? I'm not going to write them down, I'm going to tell you guys because that's more fun. My style goals are comfort, classic, and I wanted to find another C. There's not another C. I want clothing that is comfortable and fits me well. It makes me feel confident. There's my 3rd one. Confident. I really like classic fits and styles, but I also like a bit of a punk edge to them. So even though I tend to skew more preppy, I want to incorporate slightly more punk elements. I think I want to use jewelry mostly for that purpose, and belts and fun belts and things. So that's kind of my style goal. It's not complicated, it's just how I want to look more than anything. So yeah, comfortable, practical, classic, confidence. Since decluttering my wardrobe, I feel confident in saying that I'm a lot better off than I thought I was. And yeah, I've still made some mistake purchases, but, you know, I feel like I'm actually quite happy with every item that I have in my wardrobe currently. It's just a matter of kind of filling in those blanks. And there are a couple of blanks. So I, for instance, realized the other day that I don't have any waterproof jackets. And I live in England, which is infamous for its rain. It's raining right now. And I don't have any waterproof jackets. So although my mom thinks I own too many jackets, and although I probably to some extent agree with her, I feel like I need a waterproof jacket, even just like a little windbreaker thing. that's something that I think I need. I only own 2 sweatshirts, and you'll remember sweatshirts is one of the items on my list that I'm probably not going to edit in because I just realized I only said like 3 things for that list, so what is the point? But sweatshirts were something for my list, so I think that it would be good for me to get some more sweatshirts in some different colors. I also really like green, so it's probably worth getting some green t-shirts, especially green t-shirts in the style that I tend to prefer. I do have one green t-shirt, and I do like it, but I think some variety in shades would be good. I like high necks and long sleeves, which that one t-shirt that I have that is green is not really quite that. And then it's just a matter of also replacing a couple of items because I have them and they're fine, but I'd like to get ones that are a bit higher quality, or maybe they're starting to fade a little bit. One I've already done that for is my pair of white trainers. They started to just get a bit sad, so I replaced them with a new pair of white trainers. Let me show you. I really like them. I got them yesterday and I love them. They're a pair of little Nike white trainers and I love them and they're cute, and yeah. Another thing that I did that I replaced was I'd bought a pair of Doc Martens. They featured quite heavily in my back to school outfits video, but I hadn't actually worn them out the house, and they still had stickers on the feet, and throughout making that video I realized that they really just weren't right for me. I only ever really wear boots with a heel, so the fact that those ones didn't was already sort of a flag and you know, a red flag for it. And that was they were a purchase as well that I kind of rushed into and probably shouldn't have done. So I returned them and bought myself another pair of black lace-up boots because that was the main appeal of them, black lace-up boots. But these ones have a heel, which you can't really see because that's black on black. They have a heel, trust me on this. Alright, so that's kind of where I'm at with this currently. I haven't done any shopping for my wardrobe yet because my birthday is in October, and then obviously December is Christmas season, and my mom starts shopping like a month ago and I still haven't given her a list. So some of these items are things I'm going to be putting on my Christmas list, but they are also the things that are kind of on my radar in general as far as what things I think will add to my wardrobe and benefit my wardrobe. So that's where I'm at currently, taking the next steps. I'm very excited about it, and on the topic of things I'm excited about, that was a terrible segue, you're gonna deal with it. Little mini life update, and by life update I mean like I'm internally screaming every time I think about an update. I have finished my first book. It is called Secret Identities and it is available on Amazon. It's, can't speak. I'm really excited about this. My first book, Secret Identities, is available for pre-order on Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, and others. The ebook is currently available for pre-order, and the paperback copy will be released on the same day as that one, which is the 19th of October. Unfortunately, Amazon doesn't let you set pre-orders for paperback copies, and I don't know why. It's very upsetting for me personally. But it is coming out. I'm very excited about it. It is about superheroes. So what better for the spooky season than books about people who dress up in costume all the time. There is more information on my Tumblr as well as on my Twitter, both of which I will link below, so you can go to the post directly, read the summary, and get a bit more information about where to buy it. I'm super excited. Like I said, 19th of October, mark your calendars. I'm sure to be super extra about it as time goes on as well, but I'm very excited about that, very excited about fashion. My 2 things, both of them are being very exciting at this point in time, so I look forward to sharing that all with you properly and being able to talk about it in a little bit more detail than just vague Tumblr posts about struggling to write. But it's there, it's real. I keep staring at the Amazon page where you can pre-order it like, wow, people can own something that I wrote. Like, people can own something I wrote. It's kind of messing with my head a little bit. Very exciting times. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, and I will see you all next week. Bye!